sure fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew. Man, we talk some shit, but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raising some hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, we're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun.
All right, we're recording and we're gonna go. Let me just get. We are just gonna start. Welcome everybody. Lots of stuff to cover, so let's get it going. Really, oh my God, motherfucker! I'm gonna just have to. I gotta go to that app and just stop it right now. I'm just gonna. I wonder if you can mute. I don't got time for that. I just got to turn it off. All right, it's off. So now, all right. I don't know if I can. I need this to do. I need this to do the opening. I'm just thinking if I can. All right, let's just do it. All right, here we go. We'll just start. Why? Hey, Alice, we're going to podcast. So you got to go in your room, in her office. There we go. All right, so we got that, and I've got this. It was all up. I don't understand. Was it up on this one? No, here we go. All right, everybody, let's start. Welcome to the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. Wait, let's fuck that. I can actually start. Okay, here we go. How do you do that? Start.
Dant Crossing, Gethsemane, Kentucky. Timeless hospitality that stirs the spirit. Dant Crossing is a one-of-a-kind destination for unforgettable weddings, memorable corporate events, day trips, and weekend getaways. The pastoral campus is anchored by Log Still Distillery and includes an amphitheater that seats 2,000, a 12-acre lake for fishing and unique lodging options, creating an immersive experience that's rooted in the community and culture of our little slice of Kentucky. More attractions will open soon at Dant Crossing, including our 21,000 square foot distillery, which we will have the ability to produce 15,000 barrels of spirit each year, a network of wooded walking trails, fully functional private train depot, farm-to-table restaurant, and the Legacy, a premier wedding and events venue. Whether you're looking to host an event, book a stay, or reserve a tasting, we're ready to welcome you. Learn more at dantcrossing.com.
This is Alan Bishop, head alchemist at Spirits of French Lick. Be on the lookout for a brand new bottled and bond Solomon Scott rye whiskey. Made from a mash composed of 65% rye, 35% corn, and 5% victory malt. This 5-year-old 100 proof rye whiskey is a throwback to early 1800s style rye whiskeys of the Ohio Valley. Named after the legendary Daisy Spring Mill distillery owner turned moonshiner Solomon Scott of Paoli, Indiana. Remember, drink responsibly and never drink and drive.
Drinking bourbon, sipping on some scotch. We get a little wild, but it's sure fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew. Man, we talk some shit.
you,
Kenny crushed it.
Yeah,
Kenny
that's-
Fuller, everyone.
Yep. We're going to be giving lots of information about Kenny and what he does in the future. We really appreciate what he's done working. He works with Luca Mariano, has his own band, has a band through Luca Mariano. I think it's called the Americana Band. And we just got to know him, and
Just a great guy.
Yeah, I mean, that is something. So let's get the other part. If I could just figure out how to do this. Look at this. Push a button. Little Steve-O.
Oh, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar, I tell you we must die. I tell you we must die. I tell you, I tell you, I tell you we must die.
All right, everybody.
And here we go again.
Back as the Scotchy Bourbon Boy podcast, another podcast. This is podcast 199. Our next podcast will be 200.
Rock and roll.
That's just crazy ass shit. There's no doubt about it. I'm Tiny.
I'm Xavier.
Yep, this here's Xavier. We got a big podcast plan. We're going to have to get into this really quick, but remember, we are the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We are on all podcast formats. You're listening to us on one now. Every single one, check us out. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And check us out. We're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys on all those different formats. We have been pushing up our YouTube game, doing a lot of shorts, a lot of TikTok shorts, and we pulled off a 1.2 million Facebook Reels.
Yep.
So that is something that's amazing. Check out www.scotchybourbonboys.com. You can get all cool things there in our store. You can get our glasses. You can get our t-shirts. You can get Scotchy Bourbon balls. It's all there. Check that out. Check out the store. But in the top right-hand corner of that, if you click on it, the Patreon, you can then support us and get all those kind of things in package deals. You can get tastings with us and whatnot. So with that said, one of the cool things that just happened to us recently is we went down to Kentucky and did a Knob Creek barrel pick with the Bourbon Queen, Sandy Noe, Carrie Sullivan from the Barrel Room, who were splitting this pick, myself, Roxy, Xavier. We all went down to Kentucky and did this pick. It's a 10-year, 8-month, 120.2 proof barrel that we picked. Now, we had some really good barrels to pick from, but this was the one that we knew that's pretty much going straight into the bottle. So this pick is like a pretty much a barrel proof Knob Creek. We had a chance.
It's just really awesome.
The second place one was 132, I think. 132.
Yeah, it was a little higher.
Yeah, it was up there, and it was delicious. There's no doubt about it. But we knew that then it would have to be proofed down to the 120, and we knew when we add a little bit of water, the 120.2 really held up and kind of kicked its butt. So we all ended up picking that barrel. Had a lot of fun. Me and Xavier bashed the shit out of a real barrel. It took us,
we did.
Took us. I think I broke my shoulder. Like
Yeah,
I was looking.
Yeah, that second
Like
one
three-
was just impossible.
3 hours later,
Everybody's dozed
we're just
off.
hammering and hammering. It's all on video. It's on video in slow motion. Whatever. I'm going to be doing a barrel pick.
You can
Actual
watch every painful moment of
YouTube
it.
type of thing. So that was kind of cool. But that leads us to this week. We've already put out, we have a total as the Scotchy Bourbon Boys of 90 total vouchers that are going to go out for that. And with what's been offered up we got it down to 70. And then since then, we have sold, we're down, I think we sold another 35, so we still have 35, and it's going to go out to the Scotchy Bourbon Boy group later this week. I am issuing the vouchers. I've got the 30 vouchers ready to go. I'm going to be emailing them, and how it works is you purchase a voucher, and when you purchase the voucher, we send it to you, and when the pick comes in and we pick it up, we'll have pickup to cash your vouchers in. You can cash your vouchers in. There'll be a barrel room, Scotchy Bourbon Boy Select. We're looking to have a party, like when you'll be able to pick up your bottles that day of the introduction, and then we're going to basically also. There will be some shipping. If anybody needs me to ship, we'll just send a thing so that you can pay the shipping, and we'll send it off. But we're also going to bring it down. Hopefully, I got my fingers crossed, because we're leaving for Kentucky Bourbon Festival on September 10th, and our pick, if I'm not mistaken, was June 10th, and they said 3 months from that. So I'm hoping that all the bottles had come in that week, and we can then distribute, also have a Kentucky pickup. So first, the next thing I'll do is release vouchers in the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. And if I have any more, I will release it to the Ohio. I'm going to release it to the Ohio groups first. And then if there's any more than that, I'll try and drum up some info or some, from the regular, so that's how that's working. Voucher systems in. It's right now it's a Venmo. You basically purchase those vouchers on Venmo. We send you a QR code. You go to it, you do the thing, and then I'll email you the voucher. So that's where we're at with the barrel pick. I'm pretty happy for 2 days. Having more than half of the barrels sold.
That's incredible.
And then I've got a lot of friends and family that are interested. So I'm just going to make sure I have. So it looks like that this barrel is going to go fairly quickly. So everybody who's listening, if you really want one, jump on it, jump on it as fast as you can.
Did you tell them the price?
The voucher is $53.50 per voucher. You get one voucher if you buy up to 6 vouchers can be purchased by one person. We allow that. All right, so that's where we're at right now. So one of the exciting things about tonight is Booker's. One of my favorite bourbons. I'd say it
probably is your absolute
favorite. There's other stuff, but Booker's,
perennially,
yeah,
go-to higher end expression. Yours is Booker's.
Yeah, and the way why I say that is the first ever high end bottle where I went from buying $35 bottles to buying I believe my first Booker's was in 2018. I picked up the kitchen table, which was absolute. I was looking for it. It had disappeared from the shelves. I ended up picking it up in Wisconsin for, I believe, $79.99. And so one of the things about Booker's is a lot of people who have had, Booker's has been around since the 90s. He started it in the early 90s. We had I think it was 1988 when he actually started it, but then when he started selling it was in the 90s when they started to, I believe 92 was the first year. And every year since, now we had the one that's in my painting that and I believe that is that particular bottle. It was before they named the bottle. It was the numbered bottle, and I'm not exactly sure what the date is, but Super Nash got it for us. And one of the first things that happened when we opened it on that podcast was the cork broke off and fell into the bottle. So that was my first experience with draining a bottle completely, getting the cork out of it, and then putting it back in the whiskey back in the bottle. So that's kind of what I had to do with that. And we even strained out any cork kind of thing through a strainer. So that was kind of cool. But since then, I haven't had a lot of real old Bookers, and I have to admit that Booker's with the situation with Super Nash was absolutely delicious. But I hear it all the time. There's people who have been involved with the Bookers since the early 2000s that bought it every year when it was $59 and $49.99 and $59.99. And they don't like the price, which this one right here is $89.99.
Okay.
They don't like it at 90. And then they say the reason why they don't participate is it isn't as good. So a lot of people lately have been even saying lately it isn't as good. So what Xavier and I are going to do, I've got 8 samples that are all mixed up. They're not by twos, they're all by twos, but we've got 8 bottles. We've got the name of, I'll go through the batches right here because I've got that right here. So we've got on the, so we've got, no, I don't want, okay, we got that, but let's go to this. I'm not going to do too many, Annis's answer, which was, I believe, 2016. Then we've got 2015 Dots Batch and 2018, which is the Kentucky Chew. Now, there's a lot of people who love the Kentucky Chew. I mean, that was something. So we're talking about then 2019, we went to Kitchen Table, and we also, that was 2018 was a Kitchen Table. Was it, are they both? Let's see. 2018 was Kitchen Table. 2019 is Country Ham. 2020 was Pigskin. 21 we're tasting the Noe Strangers Batch, and 22 was the only one that's been released so far was the Ronnies Batch, and those are the ones now. So those are the 8 that we chose. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Yes. So let's start off with going, we're gonna blind test this. So here's the deal. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and there's 8 there. So the front ones will be mine, the back ones are going to be yours. On the bottom, you don't want to look at the bottom because there's a color on the bottom. Okay. So what you and me, Xavier, are going to do, we're blind tasting 8 Bookers. And isn't the goal is not to figure out which one's which. The goal is to rate them the best to the left and the worst to the right. So we're going to get these in order. So kind of right now, if you want to go right to left, you'll pick one, I'll pick one. We'll kind of talk about it, and then we'll just taste them quickly. Okay. Then what we'll do is think about it, revisit the ones we want to revisit, and then put these in order of what we think.
Okay.
So then what we're going to do is once we have them in order, we're going to find out which one is which. Okay. So we went through, good. And then when we find out which one I'll read a little bit of what they've got on the batches. All right.
Okay.
All right. So let's start off right. Like here, you grab yours. You're the back. Yep. Oh my God, I love Bookers. I haven't had nothing tonight, folks. This is blind. This is fun because this is going to be this erases all preconceived notions.
That's a good one.
A lot of peanut. Shit ton of peanut.
Not like peanut brittle.
Yeah.
Like a caramel peanut butter.
A lot of bean going on there.
Yep. So I don't
and
want to
vanilla
drink it all because I want to come back to it.
I do. Hold on. We are lucky here. Hold that. Do have water for you tonight.
Cool. You think of everything.
No, not usually. But tonight I figured we could cleanse our palate between.
Ah,
All right.
I can tell you that first one's going to be real tough to beat.
You're funny. All right, here we go. Grab that second one. We don't want to lose the order here. Oh, no. The nose on this one is delicious. No, I was reading some of the tasting notes, and some of the noses were better than others. Holy shit. There's a lot of cherry on that one. Like cherry
to almond, maybe. And
yeah, vanilla.
and a lot of caramel.
That's pretty sweet. Compared to the other one, that's really sweet. Definitely different.
Rinse my mouth.
You got to get that water out, otherwise you're going to proof it down in your mouth.
Yep.
Let's do some proofing down in our mouths.
Okay, here we go.
Cheers. This is 3.
Batch number 3.
That's similar to the nose of one. Holy shit. Wow. That's like one with toasted marshmallow. Like there's no cherry on that.
I'm getting a lot of char and some oak on that. I would say so far, number 3 is my least favorite of the 3 that we've had.
There's a little graham cracker in there too. 4. How many times do you get the speed taste 8 bourbons in a row?
8 Bookers.
Yeah.
Now this one's going back to cherry or almond.
Yeah, a lot of almond and vanilla. I like this nose the best so far. Let's see what it tastes like.
This is good. This is very good.
This is a combination of the 1 and the 2.
This is, to me,
and smoothest.
It reminds me of 3, only this is what 3 should have been. This is good.
There's no char. There's no toasted marshmallow. There's a vanilla. There's vanilla and almond and cherry and peanut.
I think you pick up some char on the side palate.
I don't. All right.
All right. So we're halfway through.
We'll be there by morning. Oh, I better not quote any music things. Facebook will warn me. I was going to do this Facebook Live, but everybody deserves to. It'd be kind of cool if I put it on Facebook.
Okay, so I'm getting more of a cherry to citrus on this and more of your vanilla.
Ooh, what's in that one?
That's good.
You want to know what this is? I'll just make a bold prediction on 5. Okay. This is pigskin. That's what I remember pigskin tasting like.
No, I don't get any char on that one at all.
No.
Mm.
I'll hand the 6 to you. I like that 5. That made it the cherry. All right. Not a fan of that one as far as compared to the rest.
No. There's a lot of
cough syrup aspect to that one.
a cough syrup with bitter oak. Yeah. Not as compared to the rest of them, not so much there.
Yeah. All right. You don't have to hoard your water. I have more if you want. If you remember. Oh, you want more? Huh?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Have to hoard your water.
Yeah. It's not the show Hoarders. I'll share my water.
So we're here at the 7th inning stretch.
Yeah, for the first round.
Yeah, boy, this is like, again, cherry, vanilla.
Ooh, that's good too. That's the definition of Booker's right there. It's got that mellow for a proof of, that barrel strength proof, and it's got that oily, nice, soft, not too much, and then it gives you like a bunch of flavored whiskey.
Amaretto.
I'll give you that. I love Booker's. They're all pretty much say Booker's so far. I don't have any. I'm going to be interested because Kitchen Table was my favorite, but I heard about Kentucky Chew. And then the other ones, I mean, it's just like when you're blinding this, it's so random, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's your last pour. This is the last one. I don't know why I didn't fill my glass up when I filled your glass up. Anyways.
Some of us see the glass half full.
I see the glass
Half empty.
No, I see it completely full all the time. It's never half full.
All right, number 8.
Delicious vanilla. All right, here we go.
Vanilla nose, maybe a little caramel.
Ooh. Oh, that's special. That is the biggest body, blow your whole mouth full of whiskey right there. And it's pleasant. When you did the one, a lot of ones in this, but then there's some vanilla and caramel.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Very unbelievable.
This is one on steroids.
I think that just stays right there. Now everybody else is fighting to get the rest of the way down. All right, so now this is what you have to do. You have to put these in order. This is your favorite to your least favorite, and you get to go back, revisit, and put them in order, and then we'll look at the bottom, and then we'll figure out our colors.
Okay.
And then we'll, one at a time, figure out where, when I'll reveal the colors.
So I can tell you exactly. I've got it narrowed down to 3 favorites.
Well, you got to go 1 through 8 because we are talking years here. We're not worried about favorites. We're worried about the order of what we think. And then is Booker's getting worse as it goes, where the old stuff is really good and the new stuff isn't good? Or is it, this is blind to see?
I can't keep track of 8 choices when I'm not drinking.
Well, you got to pick one and then narrow it down and keep going, because I know the 4. So if you said it got narrowed down to 3, get the 3, put them there, and then rate the last 5. So
okay.
That's what we got to do.
All right, timeout.
You do whatever the hell you want. There's no more timeouts. We'll just figure it out. We don't need a time. Would you like me to pause?
No. No.
You can do this.
This is real easy.
It's not easy for me. Don't be moving mine.
I wasn't moving yours. Was kind of a nasty. Oh my god. Oh my god. cramp in my leg. Ah. Oh.
At least you don't have to worry about anything.
Oh my God.
All right. Now I remember. It's going to go there at the moment. That goes there. That goes back. I'm going to say this is going to it goes to the back, and it's between these two. Need some water. This is a lot of fun, folks, switching this around, getting the different ones, and we're going to go over them one at a time when we get this. Let's see about this one.
I need to check items number 2 and 1 again.
All right. Now that I got my supposed order, I'm going to do a quick 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Here we go. Number 1. Damn, that's fucking good. Yep. That tasted like cough syrup. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So what we
This is
did,
my best, that's my least.
are my best, that's my least. So what we did, and so now I need to put on my glasses. We took 8 from 2015 to 2022, a total of 8 of the bookers. Now, I took representative randomly, so I'm going to first, I will talk about the 2015, which I believe was the Dots batch. Now, Dots batch, when it was released in 2015, that is said to have been Noe's cherished Jack Russell Terrier, a scrappy runt of a litter brought home as a surprise for Booker's wife and nicknamed for the single brown spot on her back. So that's what Dots batch was. As for the 2015, it's made up of barrels according to those behind it that were aged from January 2007 to 2008. So now, excuse me, we've gone back to, it's 2015. So it's a 8-year, Dots batch, I believe, and it's right here. I'll give you 7 years, 18 days, 127.9 proof, 63.95 ABV. and it's named after Booker's dog. So that's we'll read one, talk about it, the 2015, and then we'll go to our least favorite. So our least favorite, my least favorite was Red X. What is your least favorite under there?
A blue X.
A blue X and a red X. Okay. So blue X. You went blue X. So you picked as your least favorite Ronnies Batch, which is that's in blue X, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 2022, the newest expression. So that kind of holds true. Wait, oh my God, I should take my glasses off. Is that a blue? That's a
Gray.
no, a yellow.
It looks gray.
What is this?
That's blue.
That's blue. Then this has to be green because there is no gray. Green? Yeah, green X. So, and what was
your red X? You had a red X. There.
Red X, and I went my least favorite, which is crazy. Blind is Pigskin Batch, which was 2020-03.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. So I picked Pigskin Batch as my least favorite, and he picked the newest Ronnies Batch as his least favorite. Not that these are bad. That's not what we're trying to say. So the next one up was the Kentucky Chew. No, it was 2016, which was Annis's Answer. According to Master Distiller Fred Noe, is that it's made up of barrels from 4 different production dates stored in 5 different storage areas. The oldest barrels in the batch were 7 years, 1 month old, and the youngest barrels were 6 years, 2 months old. So that tells you. Now let me see. I think I got my glasses on. So we're looking at 2016. That's Dots. I want Annis's. That's the Kentucky Chew. And Annis's is 126.7 proof. 6 years, 2 months, and 1 day is what the age statement is on that. All right. So that particular batch was from 2016. Now, what's your next least favorite?
My next least favorite
I'm Green X.
is a green X. We agree.
We agree on Green X, and I'm pretty sure Green X was right here.
Yeah.
And Green X is Noe Strangers Batch.
And what year is that?
Noe Strangers Batch would be from 2021. So
so far I'm supporting the premise.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I basically
You're close.
we agreed on that.
Yeah.
So all right. So then the next oldest that we have in the taste test was, I believe, that was Dots. That was this one. Was it? Let's see. Nope. I'm looking for Kentucky Chew here. I think it's right here. All right, Kentucky Chew. I could give you some stuff on this. 126.7, 6 years, 4 months, 12 days. 77% corn, 13 rye, 10% malted barley. Is all of Booker's always. It's like they were doing, at the time they released the Kentucky Chew, they were doing 6 batches. And quite frankly, it's in line with Booker's profile, is what they say. The first mass-produced barrel-proof bourbon continues to deliver big, bold flavors in line with equal big doses of heat. While I didn't find it to be particularly stand out among other batches, this is actual breaking bourbon that had been released. I did find it to deliver the same bold Booker flavor profile that I much enjoy. All right, so we've done that. So we've gone to, that was the third one. What's your third least favorite? Mine's a blue X.
How do I have a green X twice?
What was your other? You were probably Blue X on that one.
No, that's a green X.
They're different colors, folks. It's just weird how that's a Blue X.
That's number 3 is a blue.
Okay. You're Blue X, and I think I'm Blue X too, right? Isn't that what I said?
I think. Yeah. Well, then how am I a blue X here? This was my first one. I think we got our tags a little messed up.
They can't be messed up. Okay, hold on. Green X, Blue X.
But then look at this one.
That must be Yellow X.
No, that's green.
Hold on. Yellow. Yellow X. Red X. Red.
I think we got our tagging system.
All right, there's 8. There's 4 colors. There's blue, green, yellow, and red. So yellow and so what? Red. That blue. Yellow.
See,
green.
all mine have X's in them. This green, my second one was just green. It wasn't green X.
Ah.
So that helps.
So your second one was green?
Yeah.
All right. So I love to screw up because that's what I do. So let's see what green is. Blue.
There's green without an X.
Green. So your second least was the Annis's.
Okay.
What was it? Annis. You got your glasses on. Tell me what it is. Annis's answer.
I believe that's what it says.
Yep. Annis's. Okay. So my least favorite was Green X, which was
2021, and this is 2016.
Yeah. So you didn't fall in line.
No, I didn't.
And then this one is a Blue X, and this one is a Green X.
Okay, so there.
So you then think
I got 2022, 2016, and 2021.
Right. And I've got Red X, which was what?
That's 2020. That was Pigskin.
Pigskin, right. So 2020. Then I got Green X, right? Yes, which was
2021.
And then I've got for the third one, Blue X.
And we don't know what Blue X is.
So Blue X is
Blue X is the 2022.
Is 2022.
Yep.
All right. So
so 2022, 2016, 2021 for me. 2020, 2021. And what'd you say this one was?
2022.
Yeah, 2022.
All right. So so we're done with that. I need my glasses because we will read the first one, which was always my favorite from the start. This is the first Booker's I ever bought. I was so happy to get it. It was so delicious, and I was so happy to get another bottle. 2018-04. It is Kitchen Table, 64 ABV, 128 proof. It is aged 6 years, 8 months, and 7 days. All right. Should we read? It was the fourth and final batch of Booker's Bourbon in 2018. Batch 2018 called Kitchen Table. This batch is named in honor of the iconic Kit family heirloom that played an essential role in the creation of my dad's namesake bourbon 30 years ago. Just so you know. So myself and Xavier have gone to Sandy Knows and sat around that kitchen table. But also, we were just got to sit down at the table, see my painting in their kitchen. But then also, the kitchen table restaurant has opened in
Claremont
at the
main
Jim
distillery.
Beam distillery right here. I'm wearing my Jim Beam hat. Nobody could tell it's black.
Jim Beam.
But I am
Jim Beam.
wearing my Booker shirt tonight. And we've sat at that kitchen table now. You've sat at it twice, and I've sat at it 3 times now.
Mm-hmm.
That kitchen table restaurant is delicious. There's tons of stuff. And right now, Booker's Batch 2 is out. For some reason, it's eluding my brain, like always. I know what the name is, but it's not happening right here. So we did the kitchen table, told you about that. That is an exciting thing. In front of that kitchen table, the actual kitchen table that Booker and Fred and Freddie pick all the Bookers, is right on the wall to the right is my painting of that started it all with our relationship with Fred and Sandy and Freddie. All right, let's go to
Number
4. All right, you do the reveal for you. I'm Yellow X.
I'm a yellow.
All right, so you're kind of like not quite. I believe yellow is in this. Green, there it is. Kentucky Chew. So
That's
you're
2018.
right.
So I've gone 2022, 2016, 2021, and now 2018.
Right. So that's kind of showing people. Now, I went Yellow X, which is kitchen table. So my favorite is number 4.
Actually, number 5. Because your best is up here. So your favorite is number 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
4th from the last.
Correct.
All right. So drop the glasses back on. Oh, and just so you know, I tasted it. And since I know what it is now, it's my favorite. That's how it works, right? All right. 2019 was Country Ham. It was Booker's Country Ham. It is 62.35 proof, 66 years, 4 months and 2 days, 124.7 proof, 62.35 ABV. Sorry for that. So I will then create the old man, old as fuck light and read the third release in Booker's Bourbon 2019 collection is called Booker's Batch 2019-03 Country Ham. My dad, Booker Noe, enjoyed the art of curing and tasting country ham almost as much as he enjoyed his bourbon. It was one of his favorite things. So just a little, if you read Fred Noe's book, and I have it on tape, and a lot of times I've listened to that many times. Booker loved smoking hams and making country ham. Right now, the person in Kentucky is Steve Coombs. Steve Coombs loves he was a food critic that turned whiskey critic that now does whiskey and food, but he does some amazing country ham pairings. Not only does he get these smoked country hams that Booker did so well, and Booker, the famous story that Booker did is they were in Chicago and he ordered a smoked ham and he didn't like it, so he went in the back of his trunk, because when he toured he just carried smoked hams with him, and he pulled it out, cut it for the chef, and basically described what he did so the chef could create what he was creating and what is considered some delicious country ham. Now, Steve Coombs in 2022, he's written a book. He prepares that. And one of the things I love about what he does is he slices it so thin. So, you can have a country ham, you could cut big, giant, thick cuts, but he does this paper thin cut. And all lunch meat or ham or whatever, what I love is those thin slices. And so he does that well with country ham, cheese pairings with bourbon. It's really kind of cool. So there we go. So let's go to which would be our number 4.
Right.
Not much left of this one. Mine is green.
Mine is Yellow X.
I like that one. So, and so far, tasting, I agree. So your Yellow X, which I believe we've already revealed, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Red X, Blue X, blue. It's one of those. No, I missed it. Yellow X, kitchen table. So now
What year is that?
that is 2018. I'm trying to break glasses here. So what's your order?
Well, I thought I already had a 2018.
There are 2000. There's two.
Okay, so I hit
2000.
so I got two 2018s in a row.
Yep.
I've got 2021, 2016, and 2022.
And I did green, which is one of those over there.
It's blue. Green.
Green is, I went with Anis's answer. All right. So I've already put kitchen table to rest and Anis's answer. And then some of the front. So I still have a horse in the race as far as the age, and so do you, right?
Yep.
All right. So that takes us from country ham to pigskin, which at one point was my favorite. Obviously, tasting it up against older versions, it wasn't as. I just remember when I tasted it, I bought a bottle, shared it with you, and then bought another bottle because it was so good. So it's not like any of these bourbons are bad.
No.
And they're drinkable. And that's one of the cool things about it. But all right. So we're going to talk about pigskin here, which was 2020-03. It was 63.65 ABV, 127.3 proof. It was 6 years, 7 months, 7 days. The third release of Booker's Bourbon 2020 collection is Booker's Batch 2020-03 Pigskin Batch. It's a nod to my dad, Booker Noe's love of American football, which eventually became a whole family affair, especially during the holiday season. Dad was a big guy, standing 6'4", it's same as me, inches tall and close to 300 pounds. I'm 270. He was quick for his size and strong from working on a farmhand growing up. So he played both tackle and kicker in his high school days. Dad was even talented enough to practice with the football team when he attended the University of Kentucky. Although he never made a college career of it, some people thought he could have been pretty good if he did. So one of the cool things about it is when you go to, Bardstown, we've been at the big house, 2 houses away from Fred and Sandy's house. And then you go to Fred and Sandy's house and you go into their man cave. It's set up for football. They love fantasy football.
Right.
They just love doing things. One of the things I wanted to say is we're doing fantasy football this year again, if I can get you to do it.
Oh, thank you.
We'll get it in with Nick and your son, and we'll do the whole fun thing, and we'll drink whiskey. I need somebody to take Young Nose's place at the draft, and I just pick you.
I see.
Here. All right. So now
nobody can take Young Nose's place, but
at the draft, yes, you can.
Oh, okay.
I'll just pour you Tullamore Dew, and we just drink Irish whiskey all night long.
There you go.
All right. So there you go. That was Pigskin Batch. So are we on 3?
We're on 3.
Grab your number 3. My number 3 is yellow.
My number 3 is a Red X.
So here we go. I believe yellow, it eliminates all the older. There it is. Kentucky Chew made number 3 for me. It's damn delicious. I've been tasting all along, and it definitely is it's like of these it represents number 3 good. So
Okay, so
your
Red
number
X.
3 is Red X. And I believe Red X is there. And you picked Pigskin as your number 3. So here we go. We're down to the last 2. And
Pigskin's from 2020.
yes, you're 2020. And let's go to 2021, which has been eliminated by both of us, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And 2021 was Noe Strangers Batch, which our association with, Sandy Noe and everything.
And
has
Fred
been
and Freddie,
Yep.
we're not strangers.
the 4th release of Booker's 2021 collection is Noe Strangers Batch. This batch celebrates the genuine social nature of my dad, Booker Noe, and the way he could turn a stranger into a friend for life in no time. Take, for example, when Dad took a liking to the products that a salesman was selling. He would call out to Mom and say, "Set an extra plate at the table. I'm inviting this salesman to dinner." Another time, Dad was invited to a rally for the Blue Knights Motorcycle Club, an international brotherhood of active and retired law enforcement officers who share a passion for motorcycle riding. There, he struck up a conversation with some of the members, and the next day, more than 300 of them were invited to the house for lunch. So basically, what Booker knew about bourbon, we know as the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, and what we love about bourbon is exactly that. It's the friends and the camaraderie that has been, and the friendship that has been being forged, and just what we love about the whole thing. Correct?
It's what you say at the close of every podcast.
Good bourbon equals good friends and good times.
Yep.
And if you're inviting 300 bikers to lunch, you're living fucking dangerously.
But they were law enforcement bikers.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're still bikers. All right, we're down to number 2. We are eliminating things. My number 2 was blue, and your number 2
is a red.
Okay, so we got blue and red. So you check those 3 bottles.
I don't think there's any red ones here. No.
I'm blue though.
Oh, you're blue? I'm sorry. That's green. There's blue.
Blue is
2015.
Dot. It's the 2015. So the 2015 finishes second for me. And you are
red, I think.
That's
Red X.
I believe red. Oh, here we go. Oh, really?
It's that one.
So you picked Country Ham as number 2. All right. We haven't even read about Country Ham, have we?
No, and that's from 2019, right?
No, Country Ham, yes, is 2019. So there you go, folks. So the last one we're going to read about, right? I've read about Country Ham. We read Tag Along. We read No. We didn't read Ronnie's Batch.
No, I haven't read Ronnie's Batch.
I don't know. Okay, so I basically read Country Ham. We do and then we finish up with Ronnie's Batch, right? Because we tasted and yeah. All right, so that makes sense. So Country Ham, which was Xavier's number 2, and what was my number 2? My number 2 was.
It was the blue one here, right? It was the dot.
Dot. Okay. The third release in Booker's Bourbon 2019 collection is called Booker's Country Ham. My dad, Booker Noe, enjoyed I read Country Ham, didn't I? Already talking about how he. No, okay. Enjoyed the art of. No, I did. He did enjoy isn't that when I started talking about Steve Coombs and Country Ham?
I think so.
Yeah. So I'm wrong. I should be reading the last one because I did do the readings, and it is Ronnie's Batch. So Ronnie's Batch is 62.15, 6 years, 11 months. It's almost 7 years. So when we're talking about, it's 6 years, 11 months, and 22 days. I don't know why they didn't wait another 8 days before they bottled this, but they didn't. It could have been 7 years. So it's the number 2 longest aged of them all. So there was one that was 7 years, and then this one 6 years, 11 months, and 22 days, second place for how long it was aged. The first release of Booker's Bourbon 22 collection is Booker's Ronnie's Batch. This batch, I'm looking underneath my glasses.
Okay.
This batch is named in honor of Ronnie Land, a longtime employee of the Jim Beam, Claremont, and Boston, Kentucky plants. When my dad, Booker Noe, was master distiller during his 40-year career in Jim Beam, he worked his way up to the warehouse manager. That was Ronnie. As Ronnie, the warehouse manager, Ronnie was always known to shoot straight with Dad, and Dad put a lot of trust in him because of that. Ronnie was responsible for keeping inventory and aging barrels, a key part of the bourbon making process. Back then, we had to track barrels, quantities, and locations by hand. No computers for that. And Ronnie knew it all by heart. He also knew exactly where Dad preferred to store his namesake bourbon barrels, and in time, he was trusted to prepare the samples for Dad to evaluate for the next batch. Once Ronnie sent me home with a box of small Booker samples for Dad to taste. When Dad saw the samples, he said they weren't big enough to get a proper sense of the whiskey. So what did Ronnie do? He went back into the warehouse and prepared samples that were notably bigger. Dad was more than pleased, and that became the standard sample size Ronnie gave us from then on, and still the size that Freddie and I use today. So that's really a cool story. I like the story. The backstory of this batch is really cool, but it really doesn't have anything to do with the actual bourbon that they picked. But so our number ones, here it is, folks. Let's give it a little bit of a drum roll. I'll do a barrel roll. Number one for Xavier is blue. Number one for Tiny
is red.
Red. So let's see what we got. Blue X.
This is blue.
And what is blue?
Blue is dots, right? Yeah, it's the Terrier.
So you picked
2015, which is the oldest.
So you picked the 2015.
So that's interesting. I went from 2022 to 2015, yet there's no clear pattern. I kind of alternated back and forth in the middle.
And I picked red. What the fuck is red?
Red is Country Ham, right?
Shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's Country Ham.
Oh, I hate blind taste testing because that is not anything that I would have ever. So you take your blue and I'll take my red.
Cheers.
At least we didn't fuck up the orders.
No, we didn't.
And I'm going to drink.
So I kind of substantiated that the oldest is the best, whereas you're saying the middle is the best. Damn, that's good. I'll tell you what, my number two was a close second. I'm not going to let that sit on the counter.
My number two was.
Yeah, what was my number two? My number two was the
was
red.
What you picked number one.
Yeah, and you and I alternated
red and blue.
Hey, we're pretty darn close on our taste preferences.
But you are number two.
No, dude, I'm number one.
Wait, no. Who does number 2 work for?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who does
baby.
number 2
Yeah,
work
who
for?
does
Yeah.
number 2 work for? What about your Lucky Charms?
Why is everybody laughing when I say that?
Oh, Michael Myers.
Show them what you do, random task.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, so that was very interesting. But I think that really proves that Booker's is an individual taste preference. There was no conclusive on this blind test. I mean, so I'm picking a 2019 as one, and the 2005. Is blue the dot?
Yeah.
Blue is dot, which is the oldest.
So you're 2019 to 2015. I'm 2015 to 2019. You and I are exactly opposite.
On 1 and 2.
Yep.
So they're close.
And we're both.
And honestly, but then you're talking about the back end. And the back end, when you're talking about,
Mine was 2022.
and mine was Red X, which was, what was Red X? Red X was my worst favorite. Seriously, blind was one of my favorite Bookers of all time in Pigskin.
And then mine is Blue X, which is Ronnie's Batch.
Which was the recent.
Right.
Now, granted, I'm not going to sit here. I'm going to take a taste of what I picked last. There's a little left. What I'd say is the closer to the Jim Beam profile, even though the Jim Beam, for me, even though the Jim Beam profile is Jim Beam, the further away it is from it, the more I enjoy it. So when I have to say, if I'm picking up tons of peanut, now all these are pretty damn good from each year. The representation was not, Boston Batch is not in here. When I was picking my favorites from the year to put up against the older 3 that Super Nash provided us. So, I mean, what do you take away from this blind tasting?
Pretty much everything you said. I mean, it is highly subjective. I would say that I definitely think there's a an incredible difference between this and some of the newer renditions. But we have 2016 sitting right here
On yours,
in the middle. Yeah, in the middle there. So I would say that I've generally followed that trend, but I've mixed it up in the middle. I've got the two 2018s vying for position 5 and 6 right there. Or was that, no, positions 4 and 5 are 2018s, and that's right in the middle. And that's kind of in the middle of the range where we're at, which is kind of interesting. But these two and these two are kind of out of order. So if I would take these away, then I support the trend that the older is better. But these kind of are the contrarian indicators to that theory.
Well, in my opinion, I didn't think that even the difference between 8 and 1 ever was huge. Now, I picked 1, which was the red, which was the country ham. But the country ham does not, you know what? What happens if we just real quick put country ham? So you put, what was yours?
A dot terrier.
All right. So we'll take dot and give you a little more. And what's that one?
This is Ronnie's Batch. It's
Yep.
green, Blue X.
I want you. Okay, so you got Ronnie's Batch and Dot. You know what they are now. I just dumped some Dot in there, and I'm gonna take Country Ham. And what's my last one?
You picked the same thing, did you not? No, you picked Red X. It's Pigskin.
All right, I'm gonna put Country Ham. So let's put them up against. I'll put the Pigskin in. I love Pigskin, wherever the hell that is. Okay. Let's, now that we know and marketing has played its point, because you have Dot and whatever, let's put them equally up against each other and just see, do you think that, okay, so I've got Country Ham versus Pigskin. Country Ham's 2019, Pigskin's 2020. That's my one and last. You're putting Dot
2015 against 2022.
Okay. So what's the difference between 20 and 20? Let's just put them up against each other real quick. I'm going to put I can actually taste Country Ham in Country Ham.
No,
I'm not saying that you have to say that you're wrong.
no.
But how much of a difference is there actually?
It is a universe of difference.
Between
This has a mixture of caramel and maybe peanut or some kind of roasted nut and vanilla. And it's just a mouthful of goodness.
Okay, give me yours. It's not like
And this is bitter.
okay.
That's
Now you take my Country Ham versus, and I'll take yours. I'll do your taste test.
okay.
You got Country Ham, and what's that?
Pigskin.
Pigskin, and I'm putting up Dot versus
Ronnie.
Ronnie.
See, I'll take this one over. Well, will I? They're close.
Dude, all that, these two, I'm going to sit here and tell you straight up, these two are exactly the same bourbons, except that Dot is exactly what you said. Hold on.
Now, blow that around in your side palate, and it will give you an taste.
So, Jim Beam barrel strength with a ton of vanilla
And nut.
well,
Like
that's
peanut,
but
peanut.
you have to understand, peanut is Jim Beam.
Yeah, but that's really,
That's why I'm saying it.
that exemplifies
But
it.
that's why I'm saying Jim Beam barrel strength with vanilla. Jim Beam barrel strength completely.
With vinegar.
No, with no.
Oh,
I
my
don't
God.
get. I just
There's
get
a-
the nut.
There's a
But
bitter
I-
wood tannin or something in that.
I
It's
just
not
get.
good at all.
I just get the peanut with. Well, you're saying, but what I'm trying to say is this adds a vanilla sweetness to it. This leaves the peanut with no vanilla sweetness. I taste this, they're almost identical as far as one part of them.
There is a side palate bitterness that I would not expect from Booker's in that batch. Okay. In fact, unlike any of these other expressions up here, that one, at least to my taste, is my least favorite. I would not take another drink of it. I'd leave it on the table.
Except if I didn't put that up and I served this to you.
But you just served it to me fucking blind. What more do you want? And I still chose that one first.
But I
and that
tell
one
you,
last.
if
there's a dearth of difference.
no,
between them.
I told you.
Yeah.
One has vanilla sweetness. and the other has the same profile, lacking completely the vanilla. I taste the peanut, and I taste the peanut, and then I get a nice, smooth vanilla taste in it, and the other one just is like peanut. It's one-dimensional. I see the difference, but they're basically really close as far as the peanut aspect.
I don't know.
of the Jim
I
Beam.
guess I disagree respectfully. I think they couldn't be further away in this set of expressions.
Well, no, but you agreed they both had the peanut.
But yeah, this one's got nasty, rotten peanuts in it.
But see, no, I don't get nasty, rotten peanuts.
Yeah,
so your profile all of a sudden has become
no. That I would take a $25 fifth of Jim Beam's off the shelf over that expression as far as flavor.
Nah. And that's your right.
Yep.
But okay, country ham, tail on, whatever. There it is.
Now, let me say something else.
Hold on. And you picked the other one's
Dot.
Yeah. Because this is all mine still.
No, I'm going to play with your head a little bit.
No.
Dot is a flavor profile not unlike what the Scotchy Bourbon Boys bottle is going to be. It's very similar.
No, it's Knob Creek. Knob Creek and Booker's are like fucking like there's not even.
I'm telling
there's
you,
no peanut in what we picked.
There is a nut taste in what we
Not
picked.
peanut though. That peanut taste is unique for Jim Beam and Booker's, which Knob Creek eliminates, and that's one of the reasons why I enjoy Knob Creek, because the really peanutty taste. Do you want to know the worst one ever? Well, the worst one ever was Boston Batch. Holy shit, was that bad? I mean, Boston Batch was just like drinking Jim Beam barrel strength. There was nothing else. This Ronnies Batch, I don't mind Ron. I don't see. Once again, palates are everything, and you can't tell me what I taste, and I can't tell you what you taste. You're definitely. I love the fact that your palate is evolving, that you can start to taste the difference between certain things. I would say 2 years ago, when we first started this, you wouldn't have even been. You would have been like, that just tastes like Booker's, because that's kind of where you were.
Yeah, but
now
I'm
that
telling you that I think that in my palate, however evolved or unevolved as it is, couldn't have placed those two expressions, the 15 and the 2022, further apart. Their differences night and day to me.
Okay, so where's the 2022? Which class?
I don't remember.
The 2022 was, let me see. Ronnie's Batch was Blue X. Where's Blue X for me?
I don't know where it got.
I gotta see
you
where
took it out of my hands.
No, I gotta see. Wait, hold on. I gotta see where Blue X was.
There's my Blue X.
My Blue X was
Third from last.
I don't know if that actually Red X. What was Red X?
Red X is Pigskin, which you rated last.
Okay, so my Blue X was 3X for 3 times from the back, which would have put it at
number 5. No, 6.
6. And I agree, they're not close, but when you put them up directly against each other, you're sensing. I sense 5% difference. And I agree with you 100% that Dot was my number 2, correct? My number 1, your number 2 was.
My number 2 is Country Ham.
And my number 1 was Country Ham.
Correct.
So the most awesome aspect of blind tasting, the most awesome aspect, 100%, is you're removing all marketing, all naming, all everything. And you picked 2022 and 2015, 1 and 2, but your middle was a fuck fest as far as it's not like
Well, actually, no.
stack.
Positions 4 and 5 were 18, which is dead center between those years.
Right, but then what should have been 6 and 7 was 2 and 3, and what should have been
no. I've got a 2021 up in here too. I just had a 2016 at number 7.
Yeah,
but my number 6 was a 2021.
Right, but what I'm saying is, and then when you're up here,
I had a 2019 and a whatever fucking year. I don't remember.
I believe it was the 2020.
Maybe.
You rated Pigskin. My Pigskin was last. Your Pigskin was 4. And we tasted that Pigskin, and don't even deny this, motherfucker. We went and shot guns, and then we came back, and me, you, and Nick took a dent out of that Pigskin bottle.
Right.
I had to,
after we locked the firearms away.
No, you're right. No, it wasn't like we were shooting and drinking.
Yeah,
we came back
clear. We were absolutely
afterwards.
not.
We celebrated going to the gun range afterwards
After
when everything was put away,
locked away
and whatever.
Yeah.
And you and your son drank some of the best fucking Bookers that I felt was ever there. But once again, I rated it last blind because I'm a dick. But now you're telling me that somehow Ronnie's Batch, if you come to my house and I say, hey, Bill, would you like some Bookers? And I'm not going to tell you what it is.
I would be able to pick out Ronnie's Batch.
You'd say, don't give me Ronnie's Batch because it sucks dick. You're going to go that far?
No, I mean, it's if somebody wants to give me a case of Ronnie's Batch, I'll take it.
A case?
But I'm saying that it's compared to the dot number 15.
Yes. But what I'm trying to say,
it sucks hind titty.
But what I'm trying to say is this shirt and this lineup is basically you're taking high-end barrel strength.
I've got one of those shirts too, man.
Yeah, you got it. I'm going to do an Old Dale Bush.
Yeah,
you are. Anyway, you almost got an Old Dale Bishop. Anyway,
you almost got knuckles in your Adam's apple. But let's forget about the almost. Yeah.
Anyways, but I don't know what the fuck you were talking about. I just chugged a little bit of my least favorite. Wait, it's right over here. Let's just fucking finish it right there. Here's to like I said, this was a top Bookers, and now it's in the taste test of tasting them all together, getting them, and of the 8 that we tasted, one of my favorites finished 8, and that just tells you I don't believe Bookers is getting any better, and I don't believe it's getting any worse. I believe every batch is unique. I think Fred and Freddie are, well, mostly Fred are, and Freddie does have a little bit of a say-so, but they are representing the brand going forward fantastically. And I'm going to give you should grab that one and let's cheer. Oh, wait. Why don't you grab your number 3? There you go. What is it?
Red X, which is Country Ham.
I'm doing Red X too. And Red X is not Country Ham.
It's Pigskin.
It's Pigskin. Cheers, everybody. All right, everybody. Oh, I didn't even cheers. I should drink it.
That's very good.
Way more caramel now than I had off them initially. When you're comparing them, they're so damn close, and you're picking out the peanut and you're picking out the caramel and everything.
The vanilla and all that stuff. Yeah.
But there you go, folks. Booker's Blind. I would say
we have no clear trend here.
I would say that they are consistently putting out good bourbon. The older stuff from 2015 was good.
It was primo.
And 16 and 17 were represented, and then as we went forward, it was mixed up, and all preconceived notions. Like I said, marketing has a lot to do with what you think something is. It can make, but events can make things taste better. It just depends. I mean, it's where you are at what time, but Booker's is putting out a consistent product that is definitely worth participating in. I'm not going to tell you, but when you're talking about an unfiltered, straight from the barrel, right into the bottle product, it was the first one to do it. It's one of just a few that are still doing it, and it is damn good bourbon. So, all right.
I would say one thing I would like to say about the Ronnies Batch. I would say out of all the ones we tasted, if you're a cigar smoker, that would be your go-to choice with that oaky bitterness that's there. That would pair well with cigars.
Especially if you pick up one of the cigars that we did when we were at Mother Stewart's
down in Springfield, Ohio.
And I wish I could go get a haircut, but that doesn't happen. Yeah, I mean, how many times you get a haircut, get a nice cigar, and able to drink some bourbon, right?
Right.
I mean, I believe the name of it is Minutes. And
he's been around since the middle 70s, right?
Oh yeah, super guy. And he basically supplied me with a cigar that when you wake up the next day, it doesn't taste like you were smoking a cigar. So, all right, remember everybody, we are the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, 100% on all podcast formats. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I got the Twitter right away. And then also TikTok, YouTube, and
that's it. That's fine.
Yeah. Check us out on Patreon and www.scotchybourbonboys.com. Make sure you get your Scotchy Bourbon Boy Glencairn. I'm trying right here. There was 16 glasses here, folks, with 8, but there is a nice Scotchy Bourbon Boys Glencairn. Check that out. Check us out. Remember, listen, like,
And subscribe.
comment, and subscribe. And remember, good bourbon equals, I got the other one over here somewhere. Good bourbon equals good friends and good times. And I'm going to have Kenny take us out tonight. Don't you think we should do that? Kenny just kicks ass.
Spectacular job.
Thank you. Here we go.
Drinking bourbon, sipping on some scotch. We get a little wild, but it's sure fun to watch. We love what we do, we're drinking every brew. Man, we talk some shit, but we're telling the truth. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, raising some hell and making some noise. Yeah, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys. We're here to have fun and we hope you enjoy. We're here to have fun, yeah.
Right. We're done with that. Look at that. Look at how nicely
That
they're
looks real good.
they're presented right through,
Good
straight
job.
across. You can see 2018, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Wow.
Nice.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching on YouTube.
Yep. Thanks
I'm
for
gonna
joining us tonight.
stop this recording and
Have a good one.
remember, we're the Scotchy Bourbon Boys, and we're looking out for you. We got your back.
The Watershed Story. A watershed moment might be pivotal, but it might also be quiet and fleeting. It could be a monumentous occasion, a cause for celebration, an enormous triumph, or a small daily victory. A watershed moment could be a rekindling or an observation or a gathering. Any opportunity to relish with friends and family. It's whatever you choose to cheers to, who you're gathered around, and whatever's worth celebrating. We founded Watershed Distillery on the principles of community in 2010. We wanted to live in, work in, and contribute to the community in which we grew up. We aimed to create spirits and stood apart in quality and character. Along the way, we set out to form a community of our own, one that could gather together to savor, celebrate, and enjoy good spirits and company. We've grown from a tiny little still and 2 guys in jumpsuits to a dedicated team of over 40 people and 2 much larger stills. If you're ever in the area, stop by so we can introduce you to our team and pour you some of our award-winning bourbon. Creating it was our watershed moment, but we want to hear about yours.